Hey everybody, Josie here, and welcome to JoCast. This video is a little bit different than what I usually post. But as my followers know, I am a parent. I have a daughter. She just turned 2. We had her birthday party this weekend. And basically the point of this video is kind of just I guess it's my public service announcement or a warning to parents or someone buying a gift for a child, especially during holiday season, which is coming up pretty soon. And it's basically just to warn you guys about this specific toy that uh, one of my family members decided to gift my daughter, who just turned 2, and it turned out to be a bad idea. Now, the toy in question is this right here. It's called the Bunchems. And yeah, so they gave this to my daughter. Now, when I first saw this, I pulled it out of the gift bag, whatever, and I saw the little bear, and I saw you could build stuff with it. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. You could build stuff, and uh, I imagined myself and her having a great time. Me building her different sort of objects and stuff like that. And I thought it was a cool toy. So basically, fast forward to the end of the night. The party's over. Everybody's gone. And my daughter is kind of playing with some of her toys that she got for her birthday, and she's playing with my niece. Now, my niece is older. She is 11. So my daughter decides that she wants to open the Bunchems. And I figured my 11-year-old niece is with her. She's very she's good with kids. My daughter loves her, and they get along pretty well, and they're gonna play together. So I thought that was pretty cool. So she grabs them, she opens them, and lays them all on the floor. Now, while this is happening, I decided to while she's distracted, as most parents know, it's hard to to do things sometimes because your kids just following you around. Now, she was distracted playing with my niece, so I thought it was a good time for me to start like picking up and and just putting all her stuff away, because it's a party and whatnot. Basically, fast forward to like I would say 30 minutes later, and they're playing outside in the backyard. There's like a back patio sort of thing, and they're just sitting down. And my parents are in the backyard as well. Basically, there's still people there, so it's she's safe. I'm not worried about this being a choking hazard. My daughter tends not to put stuff in her mouth. I'd like to say that I've taught her not to keep stuff away from her mouth, but I honestly had no. That's I can't take the credit for that. She just doesn't put stuff in there. Um, so I walk outside, right, and then I walk past my niece who's standing right next to the door, and I see something in her hair, and then I do a double take, and then when I look at her hair like more closely, she has a bunch of these stuck in her hair, and she did not notice, and I'm just like, niece. Why do you have that in your hair? She's like, what? She was oblivious. She didn't know what was going on. And then she started reaching and she felt him. And basically, I started panicking because they got tangled in her hair. Now, so the bunchums, they're like these little balls, and they get stuck together. And I don't know if you can see. See, this one still has one of her hairs on it. It's tangled in there really good. But basically, they have these little hooks, and the hooks allow them to, kind of get to kind of join together and get stuck. But basically, those little hooks also get tangled in certain clothing, especially like knitted sweaters and stuff like that. So my daughter had a nice sweater which kind of ruined because it got stuck in her hands. She had a whole bunch just stuck all over her arm. And the clothes is fine. If she ruins a few pieces of clothing, like, oh well, it's just clothes. But her hair, my niece's hair had a bunch of these. So she had like a few, like 3 just scattered on one side, and those were pretty easy to take out. But then towards the center of her hair, she had like a ball, kind of like probably like 6 of them, like this, and the hair was just tangled all over the place, and it was bad. I quickly tell my sister, you know to help me take them off. I managed to take out the ones on that side pretty easily without pulling out any hair, without having to cut her hair. But the other ones were really bad, and it took a long time. And I was trying to take them out one by one. It wasn't working, and I wanted to do it because my sister, my niece's mom, she's she's not the most patient person in the world. So I knew if I would tell her to do it, she would just end up cutting her hair because that's probably the easiest thing to do. Um, but we managed to find a way to do it carefully, and basically, what I was trying to do is cut the hooks off, but it was really hard without cutting some of the hair. So some of the hair did have to be cut off, but not as much as you would have thought. But basically, yeah, this gift was a bad idea. I immediately put everything away and took them away, and I was really glad that it didn't get in my daughter's hair because my niece, she's older. She sat still. She was a trooper. Like she didn't panic or anything. She was just right there. She was eating her snacks while we're trying to take off. Well, me and my sister are panicking, taking it out of her hair, and she's just like relaxing. Uh, but I know if it would have gotten in my daughter's hair, she would not sit still. She would not. Uh, it would be extremely difficult to get it out of her hair, and honestly, I feel like she would just make it worse. And also, my daughter has a tendency to just like get her toys and then put them all over herself. Like, she has a bunch of Hot Wheels, and she'll lay down on the bed or on the floor, and just put the Hot Wheels on her head, and pretend it's water for some reason. 2-year-olds. I don't get it, but okay. So that's something she would do with these. She would put them on her face, on her hair. So I'm glad that she didn't do that. But it also it's a big concern because um you know it does say, once you read some of the instructions and the labels, they do have a warning. It does say it gets tangled, but I feel like most people don't know that. Honestly, I wouldn't have bought this for my daughter. And this is before I would even have read the warning label. And yeah, especially with like holiday season, if you're planning on buying this for someone, I'd suggest you just go for something else because yeah, it's really bad. Now it says it's the recommended age is 4 and over, and honestly, I feel like a 4-year old still has a lot of. It's still too dangerous for a 4-year old. Because I don't know. At least the 4-year old I'm around, they're very rowdy, and yeah, I would probably say this is for like a 10-year-old. Just someone who can handle this sort of stuff, and even then, it has to be some like very mature kid. Definitely don't buy this if you have pets or you have like a dog with like long hair. It's gonna get everywhere and it's gonna be bad. So yeah, just get a different toy, you guys. It's it's terrible. So yeah, so thankfully nothing happened. Her hair's fine. It was a bit tangled afterwards. But it could have been a lot worse. And after researching, I do a Google search of the thing. The first thing that pops up is Bunchems tangled in hair, and there's a whole bunch of different articles from different places that have this. Now, uh, I mean, I would never have known this because it's not something that I think about. Usually, when you buy a toy, I mean, I always think about choking hazards, small parts, and stuff like that. But something getting tangled, that just never crossed my mind. Not something I thought about. But I can tell you that something. It's something I'm gonna think about from now on. So yeah, just want to share this video. If you watch this video, please share it. You might save a parent the hassle of having to cut their daughter's hair off or son with long hair. Yeah, I guess if you have a kid with no hair or like a bald kid, then go for it because they do look fun. That's the thing. It's heartbreaking because it does look like something that's pretty cool, when we put them together. But the risk factor is too high for me to keep this, so I'm getting rid of it. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Please share this video, like I said. Save a kid's hair. And thank you guys for watching.